Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hope Shot. Man, I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know I did. Well, kind of, sort of. I'm tired. I worked today. Oh, yeah, that sounds lovely, right? Um, but if you guys just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here, and I'm gonna get Caesar to read the clarity statement.
The Hope Shot Clarity Statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery, spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common: recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
Thank you, Caesar. Like I said, if you guys are just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. And let us know if where you're viewing us from as well. Always love to see where everybody's viewing us from. We got a few people in the comments. We got Jenna. What's up, Jenna? There's Melissa. Sober now. Hey, Hope Shot. Sending love to you all. We got Allie. Holla. What's up, Allie, over there in YouTube land? I seen you creep on Facebook for a moment just to comment on the live event. So you'd be tiptoeing all each in each platform. We got Jamie. Hey, Jamie, thank you so much for sharing. You guys, please hit that share button. You never know who might need to hear this tonight. It's going to be a good one, man. We got a good topic for tonight. We got Christina. Good to see you. Hey, fam. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Shared. Appreciate you. Let me make this bigger on my screen. There we go. We got Terry. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. We got Gina. Hey, Gina. Hope all is well with you. We got Stevie in Ohio. We got Tanya. Hey, Ocala, Florida. What's up? And we got Kelly, straight from Florida. We got Terry from Eaton, Colorado. We got Jenna is in Oklahoma. And we got Erica. What's up, everyone? Tuning in from Dallas, Texas. What's up? We got Christina in Newport Richie. And then we got Allie says, trying to show my love everywhere. Listen, I love that. Thank you for showing your love in all multiple facets. We got Crystal. Hi from Beaver Dam, Kentucky. Oh, Peoria, Illinois. I know a bunch of people that are from there or live there. And then let's see, we got from Angola, Indiana, Christina. Good to see you. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys will hit that share button, I'm telling you, this is gonna be a good one tonight. Especially we haven't been on here in 2 weeks, so you know we've been missing y'all, man, missing y'all. Let's see, we got Beth Love from DFW,
Dallas, Fort Worth.
Thank you, Caesar.
I saw the confusion on your face.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know. All right. So tonight's topic is when we get on the Hope Shot, we just talk about it, kind of amongst ourselves before we go live about topics. It's just stuff we go through during the week or something that gets brought up. I had this come up a lot, and this was actually what brought up in my meditation this morning, and it's resistance. It's the suffering from the resistance, the pain that it causes in our lives that sometimes we can be unaware of, like, why is everything so insane, right? Like life is chaotic and we're going through so much turmoil in my life. I know that for a fact. And I didn't understand, for one thing, I do understand why I was going through so much turmoil, but I was resisting, the resistance of life, and what is on the, like Nate said earlier when we were discussing this, like what's on the other side of that, and that's where the blessing lies, but we can't see it sometimes it's only for a brief moment, a brief moment that this resistance is happening. And we think it's just a shitty life, right? It's a shitty life. And, and we're wondering why me and why me. And I heard it because I've been listening to a lot of TED Talks lately. I've been trying to make this thing positive and right. So I listened to this TED talk. It was like, instead of saying why, we should change it to what, right? And just that little bit changes that perspective in you. Like, then you're asking, what is this showing me? Instead of saying, why is this happening to me? What is this showing me? And it was so like profound, in that moment that I was listening to it. I've been trying to really focus on how to make my life better. And that's something that I've been doing, is just changing, watching Facebook or listen, I'm telling you, I had a problem with it, and I've worked on it, and I've done really well this past 40 days. And instead of listening to music, I'll listen to a TED talk, something in the morning, something that's gonna make me think and like put some perspective in my life, or make me just reflect on it, right? For one thing, the meditation in the morning, but also that as well, because it really helps. And man, just that alone was like, it was good. And this weekend I went to BNG. I don't know if anybody follows Breaking New Ground on Facebook, but they do a lot of teachings on the emotions, our emotions, right? And after leaving there, I was reflecting on some things like that, that earlier, last year or whatever, because I was going through some stuff, and I always think about it, like, why in that moment was I going through so much? And I look back, and it's like, sometimes I like to hold on to people, or hold on to certain things in my life that, I don't want to give up, because I don't like change, right? I don't like change. I hate change. Once I just like to hold on to things too long, or people that I probably shouldn't have in my life, but I just keep them there because I don't want to go meet new people, right? Or I just don't, I don't, right? And I've known a lot of people my whole life, and sometimes, man, those people have to go in order to make way for new growth to happen. People, places, or things in my life I have to let go of in order for new growth to happen. And it's something that I'm starting to focus on, is, like I said, changing that why into what, and seeing what it's trying to show me, what life is trying to unfold into, because I've had a lot of fear creep up in my life, a lot. Like, man, I'm petrified of, like, of change, of new things happening, of the unknown, of just everything. And it scares the shit out of me sometimes, man. It's like, what's going to happen? Because I'm such a factual person. I need to know everything. I need to see it, right? We need to put a plot out. I need a map, I need things highlighted, so I know exactly where I'm going, what I'm doing, because this decision I'm about to make, I need to know is the best decision. Just like I was talking about a few shows ago, like making decisions on buying something, and then screwing it up. Like, just do it, just take the leap of faith that you're about to do, and just go through it. If it's the wrong one, it's a lesson, right? And that's something that I have to understand. And at least I made a decision. And so, man, this past month, I've really focused on changing this thing right here, making this thing better. And it's really, everything I'm doing is actually working really well. I'm doing meditation every morning. I'm listening to TED Talks. I'm filling it with positive stuff. I'm trying to work on the negative emotions, that negative self-talk that always comes into play. I'm constantly talking bad to myself, constantly having this voice inside of me tell me that I'm not good enough, or I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail. You're gonna fail. And that's what holds me back from doing life. And I'm just so sick of this dude, controlling it, controlling my life, controlling my every move, my every decision, my everything. And it's just, I have to change my belief system. I have to change the way I view things, and I have to stop resisting life. Resisting it, I'm in pain, I'm suffering. And so I am going to I've already started having more faith in things, and seeing that it's working for me and not against me. And that's just what it is. This morning when I was doing my meditation, there was talk about flowing like water instead of being rocks on the bottom, and and then freaking like coming the rocks on the bottom and going down river like a rock, and eventually you're going to create a dam, right? That's pretty much what the meditation was about. And I thought that was just like, it makes sense, like flow like water, like a leaf almost on top of the water, instead of being a rock on the bottom. Freaking eventually it's going to create a dam. So I don't know if that made sense to anybody, but it made sense to me. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Let's see. We got some comments in here. And then actually, I'm gonna go with Nate. I'm gonna go with Nate. Yeah, sorry, Caesar. I know you don't like that, but I don't give a crap. Hey guys, if you're jumping on, make sure you share this. Go ahead. What you can say, Caesar? Sorry.
No, I'm saying I'm good with it tonight.
Good. Let's see. We got Soul Support. What's up, beautiful soul brothers and sisters? Hope everyone had a blessed day. Trick statement. Every day given is blessed. We're able to open them eyes and inhale that power. Take the day and hopefully better than yesterday. Good to see you here, my friend. We got Ricky says, good evening, everyone. Good to see you, Ricky. Let's see. We got, Allie says, hi, Nate's dad. Let's see. We got James. Good to see you, buddy. I haven't seen you in a minute. What's up, y'all? Hope everyone has been good. Yes. We got Lori. Wow, I need to hear this. Going through the same. Good to see you here, Lori. I hope you get something out of this and take it and put it to work this week. You know what I mean? Brett, there is the trifecta of recovery. We got Tiffany, straight from the other room. When the pain is great enough, we choose to make a change. Yes, exactly. And that's the pain and the resistance. I'll tell you, resisting it. Sometimes Christina says sometimes plants need to be trimmed in order to grow. Same thing in life with people. No matter how bad it hurts, it's needed. At least for me, anyways. We got Jamie. Good to see you, Jamie. Let's see. Ricky says, me not being an alcoholic or drug addict, it's very hard for me going to see the man who took her life by driving drunk. Until I did that, I couldn't heal. Let's see. We got Erica says, made perfect sense. Hits home. Thanks for sharing that. You're welcome. And my wife, I'm so proud of you, Justin. You continue to amaze me through putting in the work to change habits to new ones. The results are incredible. I'm so happy for you. Thanks, babe. Brett says, what we feed our mind with self-talk becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Trust me, I struggle with it badly, especially the Monday morning quarterbacking. Yes, the self-fulfilling prophecy. Wow, I love that right there. That is on point.
Hey, Justin, read this one for me.
Sure. It says, I hope you guys have a great week. Here's my number in case you are looking for your extended warranty service.
Thank you, Alon. We appreciate that. All right, let's get Nate on here to drop some bombs.
Yeah, sorry. It's good, Caesar. All right.
What up, everybody? Good to be back. If I look moderately stoned, it's because I have very little sleep over the last 4 days and pretty tired. But nevertheless, was looking forward to showing up tonight and catching up with everybody. Great topic, Justin. Great share. Actually, it's cool because I've seen like Justin go through a bunch of different seasons in the last two and a half, 3 years, you know, and it's like it's cool to see. The beautiful thing about this process is there's no ceiling. You know, there's always space to grow into if we are willing to keep our mind open and to put in the work, you know, and to become vulnerable and to try new things. And this thing isn't about putting down the drugs and alcohol. This thing is about figuring out a way to get closer to our source, our God, and be of maximum service to others, and how do I how can I do that if I'm not, you know, um, seeking and learning. And I think it was I saw this post, I think it was from Caesar today, man. We have to stay teachable, man. If we can't stay teachable, um and not just from you know custom or our teachers can be anyone. Our teachers can be anything. We can learn, not just from the professors or the people on the TED Talks or people that we like, or usually the greatest lessons comes from the people that we don't like, or the things that we don't want to experience. And that's when we truly can apply these spiritual principles in our daily life. I just want to say I am super proud to see Justin grow and to reach out and to start doing getting into meditation and therapy and always seeking. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Little shout out to Justin. Sorry. um, yeah, resistance, man. This is such a great topic because everything I've resisted on the other side lays like waited patiently my greatest blessings, right? Because the very thing I put off is usually what I need to work through. And that thing I need to work through on the other side of it is it's so difficult to see, and for me, what I resist is usually it's not like a conscious thing, it's a subconscious thing. And it's because um and I've shared this on here before. It's not like I have a fear of failure because I know what failure looks like. I'm not afraid of it. I've experienced it, over and over again. My greatest struggle is my fear of success because I don't know what that looks like. And what happens for me, what I've discovered is that um, there are still parts of my psyche, my subconscious, and those deep nook and crannies in my brain and my spirit that still feel like the other shoe's about to drop and that I'm gonna go back to prison. I'm gonna get loaded again. It's not like a conscious thing. Like I said, it's just my brain is so wired to into that pattern. And I know that that's not my reality today. I can sit here and with a clear conscience and with humility and unhesitatingly say that I know that that's not what I'm going to do today. But I can't, control like that part of my brain that still sends those signals. And what happens for me is, um, it'll prevent me from doing certain things. Like this, it really shows up, like especially with my business. Which I've made some great steps in a positive direction in that arena lately. But I there's a few little tweaks that I could do to truly, you know, uh, make my business bump it up into another level. Yet, there's resistance, and why is there resistance? Because I feel I have imposter syndrome. I still struggle with self worth. I still feel like this thing is only temporary, not consciously. Like I know that I've built a solid business. I know that I'm capable of running it. I know that um, I know each step to take in order to make it grow or get to that next level. But yeah, it's that small voice that it's not even a voice, man. It's a bad example. It's like this that piece of me that is still. I have a good example. So just now, about about 7 months ago, I started to address trauma that I've been carrying for many, many years, right? And I was actually and I had the most like mind blowing, life changing spiritual experience type revelations and realizations, through working through this stuff, and it got me so much closer to God, so much closer to others. Um, and why did I resist that for so long? Why did it take me that long? And I was talking to Kelly about it, and she said that because the powers that be, whatever you want to call it, God, my source, the universe, what have you, knew that I wouldn't have been able to process that stuff 4 years ago. You know, we are, I believe that the universe or God or whatever opens up the door for things to be revealed exactly when we're ready to deal with them, and which is not to say that I don't continue to put in the work, because I won't have any chance to have these to break through any resistance if I'm not following through with certain practices. If I'm just, la-di-da, going about my business, going to a couple meetings a week, maybe making a few phone calls, showing up and being Mr. Cool at the AA meeting. I'm not going to break through these resistance because I'm not seeking, I'm not searching, I'm not putting in the work. I know for me, if I continue to get closer to my source, if I continue to practice spiritual principles in all my affairs on a daily basis, if I'm writing, if I'm doing gratitude, if I'm doing inventory, if I'm talking to my people, if I'm putting myself in a position to be of service to others on a daily basis, a lot of these things that I'm afraid of have just start to fall away a little bit. And that which I resisted becomes much easier to walk through. But I know this, like, I can't really address these things until I'm ready. And it's not like, okay, I'm ready now. I don't know when I'm ready, so I keep making myself available and putting myself in a position to walk through some things that maybe I couldn't have walked through yesterday or a week ago or a year ago. And the only way I can do that is if I'm aware and connected to my source. I spent so many years like aloof, just aimlessly drifting, and you know, obviously I resisted, recovery, not like in the sense that I didn't want it, but in the sense that I felt like I wasn't worth it. I felt like I didn't deserve it. And of course, once I truly surrendered, I received the greatest blessing of my life, this gift of recovery, but for me, now that I put the drugs and the alcohol down, my resistance lies in digging deeper and finding more truth about myself. And I don't know about you guys, but that shit can be scary. The things that I've been through, there's things about me that I was afraid to look at. That stuff is difficult, man, to put a mirror up and look at who you are, what you did, what what is inside you that makes you insecure, that makes you lack self-worth, that makes you feel not a part of, this. But until I start doing this work and digging deep and finding out who I am, I can't grow up in this thing, And I will say this, like, my resistance today is way more subtle, way it's tricky. It's I see it unfold in different ways, but it always has to do with me, that piece of me not thinking still that I am worthy. Even though, like, I'm awake, I'm talking to you guys, and I know that I'm worthy of recovery. I know I'm worthy of this gift. I know I'm worthy of love. I know I'm worthy of friendship. I know I'm worthy of whatever the universe has in store for me. I get that today. You know, I feel that. I have that type of relationship with my source that I can experience that, right? But now, 5 years later, you know, now I'm getting to the part, so those like inner underneath, deep down, subconscious, um, you know, patterns that I need to work through. And like I said, I don't believe it's like, okay, I'm ready to do this type deal. I believe that it's a matter of like balancing, and time, because whenever my source, the universe, feels like I'm ready, it's like my nightmares. I have PTSD, so I suffer nightmares, right? And I've been having these nightmares, and my first 3-4 years, I have it every day, every night, and but now what's happening, because I started doing this work with, facing my trauma the last few months, or 6 or 7 months actually. Now I have them 2 to 3 days a week, and and the really gnarly ones that leave me shook, maybe only once a week. But what started happening is that these some of these dreams are starting to be replaced with like surfing, and it might be a little strange surfing dream, but it's still like so. And what's happening is what is pure, what is good. My this new life that I'm experiencing is starting to take over. It's starting to fill the gaps, and it's starting to work those other kinks or wrinkles out, if you will. And I believe that's what happens for me today with like resistance. Like I have to be very vigilant of when I am not willing, or why I am not facing something or walking through it. And I can always root it back to some sort of fear or lack of, whatever that lack of might be. And thankfully, I have a strong enough connection with my source and with others, and through this process I have a strong enough relationship with who I believe in, that I am constantly in a space and in a position to receive these lessons, to receive these awarenesses. And and also thankfully I'm patient and humble enough to know that these things take time, and that I spent 25 years completely ruining my brain, my mind, my body, and my spirit. It takes time for these things to balance out. And in the meantime, I know that I'm holding my end. I am putting in the work. I'm meeting who I believe in halfway, and in that seeking, in me constantly searching to get closer to my truth, closer to my purpose, closer to my source. I am in the most optimal position to receive whatever lesson the universe or my source has prepared for me. And it's not on my time, but what is my responsibility is putting in the work to make myself available to receive that. And yeah, thankfully I got a great fellowship around me, and I can surround myself with some guys that are much further along, in this process than I am. And I just watch, and I remain, like Caesar said in that post, teachable, and knowing that I love when Caesar says, one of the greatest gifts that he ever received is the ability to say, I don't know, and I can say that today clearly. I don't know. I don't know why exactly I have resistance to some things, but I do know that when I do, I'm aware of it, and I'm able to walk through it and not force it, and be like the water, you know, flow like the water, right, Justin? All right, guys. I'm exhausted. That's all I got for being like on 8 hours of sleep.
That's
Good stuff, Nate.
Yeah, exhausted and all. Yeah, man, I was trying to hold on to one thing you said, and it freaking's gone too, because I'm tired too. It's all good though. Let's see. Let's read some comments. It's always good. Where am I? All right, so we got Tanya says, I have 10 years sober this year, and I believe I am being of service today by helping a newcomer have a meeting because she missed hers today by being in the hospital. So you guys are helping her tonight. So thank you. Resistance for me was resisting getting a job in recovery and trying to do everything else before my sobriety. Now working on recovery, you guys help. But thank you, Tanya. Thank you for bringing somebody with you and showing them this this podcast and joining us. So we got James Frank says, if I don't remain teachable, I close my mind to the change in my higher power. I shut the important people and the negativity that Justin was talking about comes back. Nate still got that fire. Yes, he does. We got Tiffany says the subconscious is our heart, Nate. Our heart is our hard drive. You've got to download new info and wipe clean those files that still tell you the negative reaction. Replace them with truth.
Yeah, I can tell she went to BMG on Friday.
Bro. Yeah, she's dropping bombs in here. Nice, Tiffany.
Listen, they dropped bombs this weekend, bro. I'm telling you. That they don't play around over there. Let's see. We got Purpose Driven Sobriety, the podcast. Hey there, 3/14/12. Sweet. Congratulations. I'm 3/16/18. So close. Same month. Let's see. We have I'm going down, baby. All right, we got Gerard says all the bullying trauma experience I'm dealing with from 50 plus years ago. That stuff is real right there. All that trauma, the stuff that triggers us, dealing with that, gotta deal with it head on. Let's see. Yeah, Beth says we are all worthy of God's healing layer by layer as we continue to walk hand in hand with him, one day at a time. Christina says, such awesome words of wisdom, Nate. Thanks for sharing. We got Ito in the house. What's up, family? Thank you, Justin and Tiffany, for coming out this weekend and sharing some raw testimony. The best is yet to come. Thank you for the opportunity too, Ito, man. Appreciate you. All right. So wait. We got Helen. So true, Nate. Some of the things I do today, I couldn't do my first few years, like meditation. No way. I told myself for a lifetime that I'd never be enough. I had to learn I'm worthy, and my creator gives me nudges to dig deeper inside. He knows when I'm ready to do that. I don't know crap except to listen now. That meditation, I couldn't even sit still. I have to force myself to sit still and don't listen to the dog scratching or any little noise, any little noise. All right, Caesar, what's up?
What's up, Justin?
Ready for you, big dog.
How you doing?
Doing.
No, this is a good topic. So the pain is in the resistance. I resisted everything unless it was exactly what I wanted. I really had no interest in it unless it was easy and it benefited me in the ways that I want. Then I wasn't interested in it. There's in my fellowship, there's a line that talks about contempt prior to investigation, meaning that no matter what you told me worked in your life, I automatically know it's not going to work for me, and I'm not even willing to try it. Oh, you worked the 12 steps and you've got the same background as me, but your life got better and now you're doing great. Well, that's cool for you, but that won't work for me. Without me ever trying it, I'm just telling you right now, it won't work for me. And that was it. I did wholesale condemnation on anything that was good for me. And when I started digging in the recovery deal, what I come to find out is it's because I'm so afraid of change that I'm willing to stay in a miserable state just because it's familiar. I know what jail looks like. I know what I'm expecting. I know what being locked up for long periods of time looks like. I know what being dope sick looks like. I don't know what recovery looks like. I don't know what a successful life, I don't know what responsibility, I don't know what any of those things look like, and they scare the crap out of me. I couldn't have told you that with any confidence when I was out there, but when I look back, that's what it was. What do you mean you want me to ask some guy to guide me through these spiritual things? Like, no, I don't want to do that. Don't you want to get better, Caesar? Yeah, I want to get better, but I don't want to do that. Well, until things got bad enough and I exhausted all my options, my easy ways out, all my schemes and plans, thinking I'm going to outgrow it, outthink it. Eventually, I'll grow up and I'll stop doing this. I mean, 37 years old, still getting locked up, still doing the same crap. And it was scary. Like I didn't know what this recovery thing would look like. And I hadn't really seen that many successful people because that's not who I hung out with. So it was just the people that were coming into the rehabs. And these guys came in, there were some young guys that came in with like a smile on their face and they were joking and kikiing around. And like, I pulled them aside. I was like, what the hell are y'all so happy about? Like, I don't get it. Like, I think y'all are full of crap. Like, how are you having fun? And these guys were in their 20s, completely clean, sober. And I'm like, how do you even do that? And these guys took me out and took me bowling one time, took me to the beach another time. And I genuinely had like real belly laughs and like I felt like a kid. Like, I was like, I can't believe it. Like, it was that first taste of maybe I can do this. Maybe I can actually be happy without a substance in my body. Because that first bit of laughter, I mean, there hadn't been anything to laugh about in a very long time. So being able to actually laugh and enjoy a moment without nodding out or any of that kind of sold me. And I got to work. And, I resisted everything every step of the way. Oh, you got to do this. You got to get on your knees and pray. I'm not getting on my knees. Why would I need to do that? God can hear me on my feet. God can hear me sitting down. Why do I got to do that? Because that's what we do, Caesar. Ugh, fine. I'm not doing it tonight. I might try it tomorrow. I'm defiant by nature. If you tell me I have to do something, I'm probably not going to do it. Caesar, you have to do this. Hell, I do. I don't have to do anything. But the guy that walked me along this path was kind. He didn't tell me I had to do anything. He told me what worked for him. And it's like when it's first, like after the first cold goes by and it's a beautiful spring day, but the water's cold as hell. And you dip your toe in it and you're like, oh, damn, that's freezing. And what's worse, slowly inching into it or cannonballing into that bitch? If you cannonball in, it's over like that and you're in there. And that's what recovery was like for me. I kept wanting to dip my toe in it and get halfway in. But when I cannonballed into this thing, everything changed, man. I had no more excuses. I worked on things that were on the inside because everything I'd ever done in the past was trying to like fix up the outside. I had a saying in rehab. It was Gucci on the outside, Kmart on the inside. No one needs to know what's going on in here. As long as my clothes are clean and I got money in my pocket, I'm okay. Well, that's bullshit. I'm dying inside. I'm completely uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't know who I am at all. I'm whoever I think you want me to be. I portray all this false bravado and tough guy crap, and none of it's real. I legitimately don't know who I am walking into this thing, but I stick around long enough and I find out who I am, what I like, because I don't know what I like. I don't know how I like to spend my time. All I know how to do is be blacked out and shot out. And recovery's given me the opportunity to learn what I like, what I don't like, who I want to spend my time with, how I want to spend my time. That's a freedom that I never knew. I'm a creature of habit, routine. Before I started getting locked up, I was put into a military school. So I've always had scheduled, like, this is when this happens, this is when that happens. And Nate sees it sometimes. I still got it like in my head, man. Like, you get in my truck with me, you'll see how OCD I am about stuff, because I've had my whole life, where I've got a real small area that I'm responsible for, and that's it. And I don't want you to touch my stuff. And I like my stuff a certain way. And I know what time I need to be here and there, and that's it. But I met a guy in the rehab, and he said this analogy. He was like, man, you're born and raised in Florida, right? I said, yeah. He goes, so it's a beautiful thing that you're really trying this recovery thing, but you're rigid. He goes, what happens when a storm comes through Florida? What happens to the rigid ass oak tree? It gets blown over, roots get pulled out of the ground. He goes, but what about the palm trees? The palm trees sway with the wind and they go with the flow, and they're still there after the storm. He's like, you got to learn how to be less rigid, and you got to learn how to go with the flow and stop fighting everything. Because what you're doing is you're still trying to control everything in your life. Even when I was doing the right thing, am I really turning my will over to God if I'm setting the terms on everything, on how my day goes, and the littlest thing trips me up and I'm furious? And no, I'm not. That's still me running the show. So, I mean, I'm blessed that I had these patient, kind teachers, because I promise you, like, I hear these, oh man, the guy that walked me through this, he told me to shut my mouth and this and that. I'm like, that wouldn't have been the guy for me. That wouldn't have gone well. The teacher that I needed appeared, and he was kind and patient and soft-spoken, and never told me what to do, just told me things like, hey, I wouldn't do that, but let me know how that works out for you. When he said that, I knew I probably shouldn't do what I just told him. Just real simple. And he gave me the room to learn and to grow. And, I took all these things, and I still struggle with perfectionism. I still struggle with my being institutionalized and wanting to set everything for my day and make it perfect. But I do get better about when things don't go the way I expect them to go, because I have an awareness today that this isn't my world. It's God's world. And if I think that I can control God's world, then I'm back to being my own higher power. And I already got fired for bad management, and I hired a new manager. So I have to watch for that kind of stuff. And this isn't, what you're doing right now, Justin, it's constant growth. It's constantly being uncomfortable and doing things that we've never tried, that we're not going to be good at. It's staying outside of our comfort zone. I couldn't have fathomed talking on a screen like this with a bunch of people watching. I used to sweat profusely when I'd sit in a meeting, and it was one of those ones where it would go around, and each person would read and share around the table, and I'd be seeing them coming to me. I'd be like, okay, 2 more, 1 more. Oh my God, it's almost my turn. I'd be like covered in sweat because I didn't know what to say. Well, today I know what to say. I share my experience. I don't have to share Justin's or Nate's or somebody else's or a thing that I read. I share what worked for me, what didn't work for me, and I can be confident about that because I did it. It's me. I don't have to remember a lie. I don't have to make anything up. And I can make my life as easy or as hard as I want each and every day, meaning that I can choose to resist everything that I've learned and think that I know better and have a shitty day, button heads with everyone and everything, or I can go with the flow and practice the principles that I was taught and stay open-minded and stay willing to believe that I don't know everything, because there's still times that I think I know better, and it's typically not true. There's always somebody that knows more. There's always somebody that I can learn from. There's people with 5, 10, 15 days of recovery that can say something profound that I can learn from. So it doesn't matter if you're brand new. It doesn't matter if you've got 30 years. We can learn something new every single day if we're not resistant to the fact that, if we don't put on that era of, I know. So what do we got on the screen here? All different levels of recovery, all different amounts of years, but we all learn from each other. We're all good at different things. So I get that choice every day. 9 times out of 10, I choose to have a good day, and I choose to be teachable, and I choose to do what I know is best for me. That one time, I need that lesson once a week of getting my ass kicked and Nate calling me at 3:30, and I'm like, oh, I can't talk because I'm losing my mind at work. Well, I'm usually losing my mind because I'm trying to strangle control out of an uncontrollable situation. So, Nate, you talked about the feelings of not being worthy. We talk about it all the time. It's the imposter syndrome. I'll sit in my office, this big office. I'm in charge of all these people. And every once in a while I look around and go, who the hell put me in charge of all of this? Somebody must have lost their damn mind. But my actions over the past 9 years have earned me the right to be in that seat. And I need to be able to accept the fact that I have grown. I have gotten better. I'm considered reliable, responsible. I'm not always going to feel like I'm worthy of where I'm at in life, but I'll be aware of my hard work because I don't want to get cocky. And I'm aware of what I did to get to this position. And I busted my ass and I learned a lot. And just when I think I had it, my last job that I moved up and did all that, just when I think I had it all, I went and started something new. And that was scary as hell. But I had faith that I was doing the right thing and it worked out. So we try not to let fear paralyze us today, right?
Mm-hmm.
We try to step outside of our comfort zone every day. I've watched you two do things that I know for damn sure you wouldn't have done 1 or 2 years ago. I remember when Justin spoke for the first time, he's shaking like a leaf, and now I see him do it with confidence because we do it over and over again. And as soon as we stop doing it, it's like we're brand new again. You stop doing it and say you take a month off from being in front of a camera or talking in front of somebody, you're brand new again.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are new, if you're just watching us for the first time, take this with you. Whatever you've got going on right now, if it was so good, you wouldn't be on here watching us, for one. And this is just for somebody that's really new. Be open-minded to the fact that we don't know it all. You don't know it all. And we can learn something new every single day. Face one of your fears every single day because there's a million of them inside our heads. And if you do that, every time you come out the other side of one of those fears, you're stronger. And you keep building up one after another, confidence gets more. And then you've built up all those wins to be able to share with somebody. Now they say you're at 30 days and somebody's got 2 days and they go, man, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do it. You can show them how you got 30 days and you can show them the fears you faced. And there's no better feeling than being able to turn around and be the hand that reaches back and helps somebody else, just like somebody helped you. So that's all I got.
Yeah. See there, man. Good stuff. I want to touch on a few things. For one is that 30-day deal, like, and having 2 days. Like I had to sit down, like I was really thinking about that, right? And doing the things that I've done, like you were just talking about, I was scared to death the first time I got on stage because I don't feel like I don't feel like that anymore. But I used to think I didn't have nothing to offer anybody. Nobody wants what I have. And it's all a freaking lie. It's that same chatter that comes out from out of nowhere in my own damn voice, telling me, just like Nate was talking about, I'm not worried. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I have no opinion. Tiffany does. My wife, we talk about it a lot. You know, we went and spoke at the B&G this weekend, right? This is the first time in a long time that I didn't get anxiety, right? Because I'm so good anxiety. But you know what I've been doing lately? I've been trying to switch that thought, right? What happens if it's not anxiety? Because there's a thin line between anxiety and excitement, right? So like, and I've been trying to like tweak certain things. I'm like, you know, and I'm trying to like, perspective is everything, correct? Right? Everything's about perspective, self-awareness. You know, I think it was you or Nate said that. Being aware, man, that is something that is powerful. When you are aware of what is making you sick, what is making you miserable, and you're not doing nothing about it, like something wrong with you for one thing, but you're resisting it. Like once you are aware of it, you have to get it out of there. Like now, like exit stage left. And man, I'll tell you right now, man, I've been really reflecting this because I'm like, man, I am giving all this crap that I have that I'm not working on. I have to be able to give this to my kids. So they have this energy that I'm giving them. I'm giving them my bad energy, and it's affecting all of us, like everybody you come in contact with. So me doing what I'm doing for myself, I am infecting people all around me every single day by being the best me I can be, no matter where I go, no matter what I do. Just not even, sometimes not even saying a word. It's just certain things, a smile, the eyes, all that. Like you're infecting people as you go. No matter, even if you think you're not, you are, right?
Energy is contagious, man. Like when we were sick, we sent ripples of sickness out that affected everybody. We hurt people and we affected people. When we do this recovery thing, we send recovery ripples out, man, and we send positivity out. And that affects the people around us for the better. So absolutely, for our families, everybody we interact with. If I'm caught up in self, I'm me mugging all day. I'm not holding the door for people and I'm not smiling and I'm not laughing. But when I'm right, I mean, I'm all smiles and I'm happy and I don't miss the opportunities to be of service because I'm well, you know, and it starts with the morning. Just like you said, your meditation in the morning, my time with God, Nate's, the gratitude lists, the stuff we do. We don't do it because it's super fun to do, you know, at 5:30 in the morning. We do it because that's how I get right before I walk out the door. It's like my armor. Do I walk out with a smile or do I walk out pissed that I got to go and do another day? And I don't want to be pissed anymore. I don't have time for that.
Nobody has time for that.
Oh, we got time for it, actually. I take
No,
that back.
no. It takes more time to be unhappy.
It burns up so much energy being negative, and it's so enjoyable to share a smile and to be happy.
Yeah. So stop resisting life because that shit makes you miserable. I'm telling you. Right, Nate? Come on, speak up.
You muted me, bro. No, I was laughing earlier because Johnny sent me a picture, a screenshot or something he took. He said, "Man, go lay your ass down somewhere. You're tired, bro." I'm resisting sleep, you know.
Yeah,
No,
but
man,
you're being of service.
No, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. You know, yeah. What's beautiful about this process and being connected in such a way that we are, is like just like what Caesar said. You know, I feel like I like casted a shadow wherever I went for so many years. You know, I was a producer of confusion and not harmony. And today, like one of my purposes and my main goals on a daily basis is how can I be a light? You know, how can I bring love you, Steve. Oh, Big Steve.
Big Steve.
Yeah. How can I be a light today? You know, what can I, you know, contribute into the stream of life, you know, not take away. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be able to you know, come into a situation, you know, whether it be in recovery, whether it's at work, whether it's, you know, at a store, whatever, you know, and be that light. And yeah, the lives that we touch today because of that, and the space that we create for people to be able to approach us, you know, if I'm walking around miserable, like, and people are, you know, when I'm out in the community and stuff, you know, what type of example am I being? You know, I always want to be approachable, and, you know, and I can't do that if I'm walking around mean mugging and, you know, being miserable. So yeah, it's like one of my daily goals is how am I going to, you know, bring some positivity into this day. And, you know, everybody will say, oh, I am so grateful. I could say that till I'm blue in the face. I need to act grateful. I need to act grateful, man. You know, great gratitude's an action word. I used to hate when people told me that earlier. Gratitude's an action word. I'd be like, shut the fuck up, dude, you're annoying.
Then you find out
so
they're
true,
right,
man.
and you're like,
They're
oh.
So true.
It's almost like you got to embody it. You know what I mean? You got to like just let it soak in you, you know? And it's because I can sit here and type it. I could talk about, you know, man, it's literally, you have to be it, you know?
I was speaking this morning at church, and it's almost like the same topic is it's they were talking about complaining, and I know Nate's heard this, but I did the closing prayer, and I was like, you know, I hate to blow anybody's mind because you guys don't ever hear from the recovery guy, but if you really think about what we're complaining about half the time, we're complaining about our blessings. Like, oh, please give me a job, God. And then like 3 months later, you're like, man, this job's kicking my ass. I'm so super ungrateful.
Yeah.
But you know, like they all identified with that. They were like, oh crap, we are complaining about our blessings. I was like, yeah. I don't want to burst your bubble here, but we're all complaining about things that we prayed for. Oh God, give me a family. Oh, these kids are killing me, man. Like, God's got to be up there, or your source, whatever you call it, just laughing, going, look at these turds. Like the guy prayed for 6 months to get his license back, and now he's complaining about traffic. I can't win.
It's crazy. We forget where we came from, right? It's so easy. So easy. You know, I just want to say to everybody that's in the comments that has less than 90 days, that are in their first year, you know, congrats to all you, you know, keep it up. You know, if life's throwing you little daggers, you know, you must be resisting something. You might be needing to change something, or maybe, you know, it's not happening in your time, but it's going to happen, and everything's going to make sense. And it's always about growth, and it's always going to work out in your favor. And I'm a perfect product of it. Even when the shit seemed so dim and dark that it was like, it wasn't going to happen. It's going to happen, just not on your time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you're willing to continue to do the work,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because the minute you stop moving your feet and staying busy and trying to connect to your source, to others, to your purpose, nothing's going to make sense.
Hey, I got to say this before we go. Ashley, if nobody has told you today, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You are going in the direction of recovery, and you are doing what you need to do to move forward with your life. And I'll speak for all three of us. We're all proud of you. Never let somebody make you feel worthless when you're doing something that's good for you. So we're proud of you. Please keep coming back here, and we will always support you. And find some people that are on the same path and build your own tribe. And pardon my French, screw those people.
No, screw them.
Thank you. Those people that make you feel less than, because you know what? You don't need that. You need people that'll support you on your path.
Thank you, Caesar, for putting that out there. And I was, when you were talking about kindness earlier, I was going to get into that, and I totally lost sight of that. So thank you for doing that. But we just need to give more kindness, man. We can toss shade at anybody, man. That's things that we were just talking about. We need to embody it, and then we need to produce it. You know what I mean? So I love you all, man. Thank you all for joining us tonight. If you guys are just new here, if you guys are just joining us, we do this every Sunday, 8 p.m. Every last Sunday is going to be a story of success. So join us 8 p.m. Eastern time, because we're over here on the east side. And we'll hope to see you guys next week. Until then, have a great week. Love y'all. Good night.